Question 7. The diagram shows the cumulative frequency graph for the time t taken to perform a certain task by 2,000 men. A. Use the diagram to estimate the median time, the upper quartile and lower quartile and interquartile range. So that's the first thing. So we've got 2,000 men, so we need to take that 2,000, we divide it by 2, which is equal to 1,000, and that will give us our median time. So we go across here, and then we go down here, like that, and we should get 13 if you do it correctly, so that's 13 seconds. That's for the median time. The upper quartile, now remember these are, you get our first quartile and our third quartile. So we take that 2,000, but now we divide it by 4, and we get 500. So our first quartile will be at 500, and our third quartile will be at 1,500. 500 from the bottom and 500 from the top. So the upper quartile, I'm going across here, and then going down like that, will give us 16. So our upper quartile is 16, and our lower quartile, 500 going across and down, we have got 10. And our interquartile range would be 16 minus 10, which is equal to 6. So we've got those values there. Now it says B, find the number of men who took more than 11 seconds to perform the task. So 11 seconds is over here. So if I go up from, this is 11 seconds there, if I go up at 11 seconds and go across here, now we've got to read off that value. Now this is 500 and this is 750, so you've got to be a little bit careful here. From there to there is 150, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each block is worth 30. And when I go up here, I see that I have got 1, 2, 3. I'm about 3, 4. I'm right over there. So we're around about halfway in between. So we're around about 650. This value is about 650. Now, that is the number that are up to 11 seconds. But we are actually looking at took more than 11 seconds. Now, there's a total of 2,000 altogether. So up to 11 seconds was 650. So those that took more is 2,000 minus 650, which is 1,350, would take more than that time. Then it says 55% of the men took less than p seconds to perform the task. So we want to find what we call the 55 or 55th percentile value, and that will give us our p seconds. So let's do that. So we've got 55%, which is 55 over 100, and we multiply it by the total number altogether. So that's 2,000. So we multiply that and we get 1,100. So we go to 1,100. Now we remember here that in doing this, when going from here, sorry, I think I may have made a slight mistake here before. This goes from 750 to 1,000, so this is actually 250. So each block is worth 50. Sorry about that, just correct that from previous. So each block is 50, so 1,100 is going to be that value over there. So I go across there and then drop down over there, and I get, it's about halfway between 13 and 14 is 13.5. So that's your p value, is 13.5. Now we have the actual groups. So we get from 5 to 10, from there to there is 500, and that's why I've got 500 over there. From 10 to 15 is 850. So my cumulative frequency after 15 will be 500 plus 850 is going to be 1,350. So when I go to there, I go up at 15. I see here that my value here is going to be 1,350. So this over there is 1,350. Now, going up here to my A at 20, where am I? I'm over here at 20. There I am there at 20. I'm over here. So this value over here, I go across over there, and I see that I am just about, when I look at that from this value, the increase I've gone is I am about 1,003. I'm 1,850 there, 1,850. So this must be an increase of 500. And we know the final one, the final value at 25 is 2,000. So this is 2,000. So the increase from 1,850 to 2,000 is 150. So my A would be 500 and my B would be 150. Then it says use your graphic calculator display to find an estimate for the mean time and the standard deviation. So I get my graphics calculator. I'm going to put these values in. Now, in doing this over here, so we are going to put in our values. We would put in halfway values in between here, which is 7.5. So I go to my stat, and I put an edit, and I'm going to put in my list. I need to firstly clear this list. So I've got there, clear, down, and go across, up, clear, and down again. And I put in my value. So I'm going to put 7.5, and then 12.5, and then down, and 17.5, down, and 22.5. So you just go midway between all of those, and then we go across and we put in our values for that. So our frequency there is 500 for my first one, and 850 for my second one, and we said it was 500. We worked out it was 500 for the next one, and 150 for the final one. So I've got my data in here. Now we need to find the mean time and the standard deviation. So let's go out of there, go there, and you clear that all, and then you go to second function list, and you go over to math, and we firstly want to find our mean time. So we go to our mean, and we say enter. And so we are looking at L1 and L2, and we say enter, and we get 13.25 comes out. 13.25, and then standard deviation. Again, I do the same thing. I say second function list, and I go over to math, and I go down to number 7 here. There we are, and I say enter, and again I put in my L1 and my L2, and I close my brackets, enter, and we get 4.41. 4.41 would be that value. Fine, so it says finally everyone who performs the task in less than one standard deviation below the mean will receive a bonus. Alright, so remember the mean is 13.25, and if I subtract 4.41 from that, if I subtract that, I get 8.84. Now, Pedro takes 9.5 seconds. So you need to be less than 1 standard deviation below the mean. So he takes 9.5, which is above 8.9.5 is greater than 8.84. Therefore, Pedro does not receive a bonus.